And that's why I am officially a certified sex machine, Sarah.
I have finally unlocked the ultimate secret to becoming incredibly attractive to the opposite sex.
You? A sex machine? Mark, you look like a man who gets rejected by his own shadow. What on earth are you talking about?
Hey, don't mock the method. I have a whole list of psychological rewiring tricks to make myself completely irresistible. And you know me, I'm never wrong about this.
Oh, please, you? Never wrong? I can name at least 12 times this week alone where you were confidently incorrect.
Hey, one time I thought I was wrong, but turns out I was just mistaken. So technically my record remains flawless.
Welcome back to the Comedy Couch. I'm Mark, your exceptionally attractive host.
And I'm Sarah, sitting across from a man who clearly needs an immediate psychological ovation. Also, did you exceptionally attractive again?
Since today, Sarah, it's all part of the charm offensive. For example, to prep for my glob, I wrapped my entire living room in aluminum foil. But honestly, do you know what really bugs me these days? Let me guess, Mark. The socioeconomic state of the world? The price of artisanal coffee? No! Discreetly placed microphones! Wait, what? Microphones? Mark, we are sitting in a professional podcast studio. There are literally 4 giant microphones hanging 6 inches from our faces! Exactly. They're too discreet. You never know who's listening.
Okay, Mr. Irresistible.
If you're trying to upgrade your lifestyle and attract a mate, what's step 1? Because the foil in your living room isn't working.
Step 1 is fitness, Sarah. I've actually started a brand new business venture to get the whole neighborhood in shape. I've been going door to door, knocking on people's houses early in the morning, preaching the good word about my new gym.
Door to door? Like a salesman? What on earth is this gym called?
It's called Jehovah's Fitness.
Oh my gosh, Mark,
You cannot knock on people's doors at 7 a.m.
to hand them protein shaker bottles?
Did anyone actually sign up?
Not yet. Most people just look at me through the peephole with total despair. Speaking of despair, I read a fascinating mental health statistic yesterday. Apparently, statistically speaking, 6 out of 7 dwarfs are not happy.
Wait, 6 out of 7? Why specifically? Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah, because only one of them is actually named happy. The rest are sleepy, grumpy, dopey.
Okay, stop. That is terrible. You're blending data science with Snow White, and it's giving me a headache.
Hey, don't judge. Intellectual strain is real. Just look at my head right now. I'm actually recovering from a minor concussion. A massive, heavy, hardcover book just fell directly on my skull from the top shelf earlier today.
Oh, wow. Are you okay? Did you get dizzy? Who put the book up there anyway?
Ooh, that's the tragedy of it, Sarah. I've only got my shelf to blame. Unbelievable. You are officially banned from using puns for the rest of this recording. Come on, that was a solid shelf-contained joke.
So let's get back to this attraction experiment. How is your love life actually going? Because last I checked, your girlfriend was giving you some space.
Ah, yes. Yesterday, my girlfriend looked me dead in the eye and said she really needed to take a break from me.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. A breakup is tough. How did you handle the news?
Beautifully. I walked over to the pantry, grabbed a snack, and gave her a Kit Kat.
A Kit Kat? Because have a break, have a Kit Kat? Please tell me you didn't actually do that.
I did, and honestly, the silence that followed was deafening. I think she was just stunned by my marketing compliance. But look, I know what the real issue is. I'm getting older, Sarah. The physical glow is shifting. I officially knew I was going bald when it started taking me significantly longer to wash my face.
Oh, because your face just keeps migrating up towards the back of your neck?
Exactly. The forehead has taken over the real estate of the crown. It's an endless expanse of skin. In fact, I saw a man walking down the street yesterday who was so bald, I swear I could literally see what he was thinking.
What was he thinking?
I wish I had some hair.
Okay, that's actually a good visual. A transparent scalp. But seriously, if you want to try to be a sex machine as you claimed before we started rolling, what is your ultimate weapon?
2 words, chat-up lines. I have curated the absolute pinnacle of romantic dialogue. Imagine we're at a high-end lounge. I walk up to you, look you up and down smoothly, and say, "Are your pants from outer space? Because your butt is just out of this world."
If you said that to me in a lounge, I would immediately call security and report an unidentified flying object. What else do you have, Romeo?
Okay, try this one. Is your name Summer? Because you're hot.
Mark, that is a dad joke disguised as a pickup line. It's a Mesozoic era tactic. It's not a glow up, it's a step backward in human evolution. You're moving into a bungalow level of romance. Hey, I actually did move into a bungalow recently. I was originally planning to move into a massive 2-story house, but, well, that's another story. Stop it, no more house puns.
All right, let's pivot. If you want true highbrow comedy, you need narrative depth. Let's talk about medical tragedies. Did you hear about my neighbor's cousin? Absolute heartbreak. He was rushed to the ER, and the doctor had to come out to the waiting room to see the mother. The doctor sighs and says, "I'm going to have to pull the plug on your son."
Oh my gosh, that's horrifying. Why? What happened to him?
The mother screams, "Why? I thought you said he was perfectly healthy." And the doctor says, "Oh, he is, but his bath is overflowing."
His bath was overflowing. Oh, you jerk. You made me feel bad for a second. Pull the plug on the actual bathtub.
See? Pacing and delivery. But look, that's nothing compared to a story I read about a woman who was deeply distraught because she hadn't had a date or any romance in years. She felt like she was cursed, so she went to see this world-renowned, incredibly strict specialist named Dr. Cheng.
Okay, a relationship specialist. What did Dr. Cheng do?
She walks into the examination room, and Dr. Cheng looks at her very seriously and says, "Okay, take off all your clothes." So she does. Then he points to the floor and says, "Now get down and crawl really, really fast to the other side of the room."
Wait, what? Crawl across the room? What kind of medical technique is this?
She doesn't know, but she's desperate, so she crawls as fast as she can. Then he yells, "Okay, now crawl really, really fast back to me." So she sprints back on all fours. Dr. Chang just shakes his head slowly, looks at her clipboard, and says, "Your problem very bad. You have Zachary disease. Worst case I ever see. That's why you don't have sex or dates."
Zachary disease? I've never heard of that in any medical journal. What on earth is Zachary disease? The woman asks him the exact same thing, crying, "Oh my God, Dr. Chang, what is it?" And Dr. Chang sighs deeply and says, Zachary disease is when your face looks Zachary like your ass. Oh my God, Zachary, exactly like your ass. Mark, that is absolutely terrible. You cannot say that on air.
It's a legitimate medical diagnosis, Sarah. Complete facial anatomical symmetry.
That poor woman, she went in for romance advice and got absolutely obliterated by Dr. Chang.
Hey, sometimes the truth hurts. It's like being in a classroom. Kids have to deal with harsh logic every day. Remember little Johnny in math class? The teacher looks at him and says, "Johnny, if I gave you 2 cats and another 2 cats and another 2 cats, how many will you have?" And Johnny confidently yells, "7, sir."
7? Wait, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Why did he say 7?
The teacher gets annoyed and says, "No, listen carefully. If I gave you 2 cats and another 2 cats and another 2 cats, how many?" Johnny yells again, "7!" So the teacher tries a different approach. "Let's try apples. If I gave you 2 apples and another 2 apples and another 2 apples, how many?" Johnny says 6.
Okay, so he knows basic math. Why did he change it for cats?
Exactly. The teacher smiles and says, "Good. Now, if I gave you 2 cats and another 2 cats and another 2 cats, how many will you have?" Johnny slams his desk and screams, "7!" The teacher loses his mind, veins popping out of his neck, and screams, "Where the heck are you getting 7 from?" And Johnny looks at him completely calm and says, "Because I already have 1 cat at home, sir."
The cat at home. Honestly, Johnny is a genius. The teacher didn't specify the net inventory. He only asked how many he would have in total.
Exactly. Johnny was calculating total asset accumulation while the teacher was stuck in a theoretical vacuum.
Well, speaking of asset accumulation, my brain cells have officially accumulated enough damage from your puns today to last me a lifetime.
Hey, you're just jealous because my Jehovah's Fitness gym is going to take off and my face doesn't look Ed Zacher like my backyard.
Thank goodness for that.
That is all the time we have for this episode of The Comedy Couch. If you want to help Mark buy a new shelf for his books, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share this with someone who needs a laugh.
And remember, if your pants are from outer space, keep swinging your legs, everybody. See you next week.